I don't know if this is narcissism or not, but I like looking at me. I'm like, hey, Chuck, man, I like you. You look nice. That's what I think when I look at myself. However, sometimes when I do videos, I wish I could just turn off the camera. That sounds funny. I'm doing a video, but I want to turn the camera off because it's easier for me to get more serious when I don't see myself. I can go into a deep tunnel, a deep delving into the thought recesses of my mind, and then I can express to you, other than the love of myself, what goes through my mind on any given time. I don't know if I'm making sense right now. What I want more than anything in life, what I want most in life is peace. I like peace. This is so hard because I'm like looking at me talking to myself like, hey, what's up, dude? What's your name? Want to date me? I'm joking. But I think about peace. So I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and my friend asked me, what does peace look like to you? To me, that was an unusual question. What does peace look like? Peace. So I said the definition of peace is what it is: tranquility and a non-disturbance. And then my friend said peace doesn't look the same for everyone. I had to think about that. It was a conundrum a little bit because isn't peace peace? But then again, somebody may think skydiving is peace. That was the statement that was made. And my rebuttal to that was that may be relaxing, but that's an action. Peace doesn't really require action. Peace should just be being. Like the Buddha is peace. Laying in a forest with nobody disturbing you with, I guess, white noise would be peace to me. Tranquility, non-disturbance is peace. So whenever somebody disturbs my silence, then you're disturbing my peace. I don't mess with people. I don't use the F word with people. I don't mess with people. I do me. So if you don't like what I'm doing, go do you over there. I'm not trying to intrude on your rights. I want you to do you. Let me do me. That's my thought about life whenever I interact with people. So, I'm not trying to bring pain to people. I want you to live your best life. Just leave me alone. That's it. So now I gotta go off on a tangent. Peace equals money, and money equals peace, I guess. Because I can't always control my environment, I want more money. I think about it a lot. I study investment opportunities. I always try to invest in things that I like. An investment is easy, and I try not to spend recklessly, and I try to speculate on what the market will do. Like, I'm all about paying the least amount of taxes on my money. So some people like to day trade, or you like to take a profit a lot. I'm not saying people shouldn't take profits, but I'm trying to mitigate what I have to pay out. So if I make $1,000, I want 90% of that $1,000 if I got to pay taxes at all. I'm not trying to give you 40% of it. That's just me. So I'm trying to figure out ways to pay the least taxes on the money that I get. And so holding on to something, what the government says or what the laws say, you pay less on it. So I try to hold on the stuff I believe in. So if you believe in real estate and you hold on to it for a while, you can generate cash flow from your real estate. And I believe I got to do more study on laws. It's after a certain amount of time, if you decide to flip a house, you have to pay less taxes on it. I don't really do real estate like that. I own property, but I don't really research it. And that's my own lazy inaptitude and ignorance, but I will improve on that. But it's only so much time in a day, so I can't study everything. But that's why you pay people, because some people know things you don't, and you don't have time to learn. That's what I guess networking is. And let me get off on a different tangent. That's why I suck on YouTube, because I don't network enough. Meaning, I support people, but I don't really want to engage in certain conversations because maybe I don't find their conversation interesting, and I don't think they're going to be honest. And I'm not knocking people for selling things, but they're not selling genuineness. They're not genuine. And then I'm opposed to people overselling. Some people want to go with the market, and it's okay. Now you become somewhat relevant, so now your time is more valuable because you're relevant. And I get that, but in a sense, what if you're not giving great information? What if what you're selling isn't a good product? Because there are people, I'm gonna use YouTube, there's some people that say, I'll teach you this and this is what it costs. So I think I'm pretty educated to say that's the least. I have some education. So when somebody tried to sell me a course and I pay for that course and I'm not learning something that I couldn't learn for free, I'm extremely upset. You know, in a way, I become taciturn and belligerent, but I don't go at them like that. But in my brain, I'm like, I'm on a warlike path, you know, bellicose. I'm ready to do you some harm. So it's better for people to try to get as much as they can for free and only pay for value once you've received it. So let's say somebody does a live stream or somebody has a video and I think I've learned something. I may give you some value for that. Like I might pay you a cash app or something because, man, you just taught me something. But just on the whole hum and not learning nothing or you're not improving my life, I'm not trying to give you money, and I'm not trying to pay you money if I can't get a refund if you ain't teach me nothing. So it's like dealing with people is hard for me sometimes because most people are disingenuous. You know, they say they come in honesty and quote unquote in good faith, but a lot of times people are just trying to use you, and you shouldn't pay somebody if you're not teaching me something I didn't know or I couldn't learn from a little $11 book. That doesn't make sense to me. And I'm never going to say people shouldn't pay for things that they find valuable. By all means, if you like some Air Jordan shoes and they cost $200 and that's the only way you can get them and you want to pay for it at $3, that's you. But truthfully, those shoes probably cost $10 or $15 to make. So it's not. It's what the market is. I guess it's like a luxury product, but that's what the market dictates. But even if the market dictates it, doesn't mean that it's ethically right. It's ethically in the sense of business, but it's not correct. It's not right. And we as humans, because that's one thing. Okay, I'm gonna go off on a tangent just a little bit because I feel like talking. Is that people try to delineate humanity like, oh, this human is different than that human. No, you're a human. You may have a different phenotype. You may be different genetic, like different genes descending somewhat. You may have a different heritage, a different nationality, a different ethnicity, but humanity is just humanity. And we are all one species. So I don't look at anyone less than me. Now, we may have all different experiences. What I've been told from where I grow up, from what I know from my family lineage, from the history I know, I'm a black man in America, so I may have an experience that you don't have. You may have never had police put a gun to your head just for walking down the street. I've had it happen more than once in my life. And I'm not wishing that on anyone, but that doesn't mean that you can't relate to what I've been through because I don't know your life. So I'm not here to judge you on that. And that's where I think I can't really rock with people, because so many people want to look at somebody and say, because the way you look, you don't know what I'm going through. And that's a fallacy. You don't know what they know. You don't know what they've been through. So you can't say they can't relate to you because you think they can't. You don't know their experience. You don't know them. I could be born from 2 black parents and come out albino with blue eyes. And then you see me. You don't know I'm a black man. You don't know my genetic heritage, but you're going to say, you can't relate to me. Look at you. Stop that. You don't know my life. What's his name? Did one of the best skits ever. What was, I can think of it, Dave Chappelle, the skit where the dude was a blind KKK member. Fantastic skit, because if you didn't see him, he grew up with the rhetoric, so he knew what you were going through. It was a great skit, and people don't really realize when they speak or they interact with people or the way that they think how minuscule and tiny it is. We all have our own perspectives. Of course, people can relate to certain things. I could talk about men and women relationships all day because I find it interesting. I really think the more I interact with women, and I love to interact with women, a lot of women don't understand men. We don't think the same. And I think I'm going to do a video about this. I probably will. I also think that people think like, I'm going to say this. In my brain, I think sometimes women want you to lie to them, but maybe that's not true. Let me say that. Maybe she doesn't want you to lie to her. She just doesn't want to hear the truth. That's what I think. So she doesn't want to hear the truth. She doesn't want to hear that you don't like the way she looks in that dress, because that's going to hurt her feelings. And her feelings are more important than the truth that you're going to tell her that is maybe true to you, but is not true to her. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I went off on a tangent because I felt like talking a little bit. What I want in my life most than anything else, I want peace. I'm not trying to make people drama. I'm not trying to take away your happiness. I'm not trying to tell you how to think, really, because you're free to not listen to me. But I would love to have an impact on people and change the way that they view other people, change the way that you go about life. Try to be empathetic. I say that because I lack empathy. Oh my gosh, I have empathy, but like, you can't just make me empathize with the situation when it doesn't require empathy. You know what I mean? Because I'm kind of cold. So some people, let's say I was a dispatcher at working for the fire department, and somebody called and said, "Oh my God, my house just burnt down." I'm not gonna be, "Oh my God, your house burned down." I'm like, "Listen, I'm sorry to hear that. How can I help you? What do you need for me to do?" I'm gonna send the fire department out there. And it's not that I don't have empathy, but I don't turn on my empathy when it's time to be professional. So a lot of times people want you to I do have empathy, but you can't always invoke that in me when it's time to handle business. So if I worked at McDonald's and you came, like it's 9:59 and you came in the door and you ordered some food, I'm gonna serve you. But if 10:01 and you start banging on the door, "I haven't eaten in 5 days," my empathy will turn on a little bit. But I'm like, "Listen, I'll do this once. But if you come again, I'm not gonna. It won't happen because you know that we close at a certain time, and I do understand it, but it can't be an everyday thing." So that's what I mean by I don't have empathy like that. Because you can't have it. If you won't be able to function in society if you always have your empathy on high. You have to learn to rationalize and be objective and don't let people manipulate you, because empathy can get you hurt. But empathy can also help. So you got to learn how to mitigate that, learn how to turn it on and off, and make it apply to your life. I went all over the place with this. This is I don't even have the thought about what this video is, but maybe when I'm finished with this, I'll sit back and I'll watch it because I like looking at me and hear what I got to say. And I will have been taking you through a wide range of emotions. At this time, I even feel like I may just go live for 10 minutes, and I think I will, and just talk to people and say, "Listen, I'm just going to talk about nothing," and it probably won't even be 10 minutes because I'll probably get fed up because I think I ran my mouth too much right now. So I'm done, and I will talk to you all later. Stop.